is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year, and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show. It's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famers Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Hey, what up? Happy Wednesday. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. In Montana State law says it is your vehicle, it is your choice. Where you have it repaired, choose Capital Collision Center. Inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, we'll talk to Wes Ross coming up today. Great Falls Central football coach. We've got Troy Strong blood drives all over the state coming up this month. Also, he's got a football camp coming up. On the state in history and a whole lot more, but I don't want to keep her waiting any longer. She is soon to be Hall of Fame coach in the NCAA ranks, and of course at Montana State. But Tricia Binford joining us here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Coach, how are you?
Doing great, Jason. Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure to chat with you. And how's your summer going as you gear up for camps, I bet?
Oh, yeah. It's the weather's, as you know, it's been fantastic. Our kids in high school and middle school are getting about ready to finish up, but we're getting geared up for team camp this weekend. And in July recruiting, we've got our returners coming back next week and freshmen coming back the end of the summer, or the end of the month. And it's just going to pick up and get really busy in a positive way.
I can't believe your kids are in high school and middle school already. Are we that old, Coach?
It's we are, Jason. It goes fast, doesn't it?
Man, it definitely does. 'Cause yeah, you just had the one, I think, when I first met you.
Yeah, when I got hired here, I think Justin was about a year and a half. So
yeah.
It goes fast, and one of these days MSU and Bozeman School District will align that we both get out, so we can have our May month together. But you know, it's been really a major blast, and excited to see what they continue to do as well.
You've got a lot of your camps, like you said, starting up. How different is it preparing this year as last year? Because last year we didn't know anything really what was going on. You couldn't do anything.
I was just thinking about that on the way home. Just such different preparation points this time of year. Night and day difference. You know, this time last year we were in the middle of a hiring freeze, filling 2 coaching vacancies. We had to shut down camps for the summer, shut down recruiting for the summer. We were working on ways of getting our freshmen into some kind of housing with the dorms at the time were not going to be available, and then they ended up being available. And this year, all of that has been such a really smooth transition, and we're about ready to have a full staff here within a week and a half, and now everything's coming back on the table, right? So with camps and summer, fall, and then July recruiting, which we haven't been out on the road in like a year and a half, it's just super exciting. You know, we've been watching a lot of film on these kids, and you want to see them in person, but most importantly, you want to get your kids back here just kind of training together. So just a really fun time of year.
Tricia Binford, our guest here, Montana State women's basketball coach on the Jason Walker Show. You mentioned a full staff. You got Peyton Ferris back middle of last season, right? And then she's done a wonderful job.
She has been phenomenal. It's hard to explain how good our former players have been in these roles, but you know, when we hired Blair, it was just kind of the decision that we just had to get her on our staff somehow. And you know, Sunny has just done a great job at kind of taking her under her wings, so to speak, of just the million different things that come in a coaching responsibility. And I can't tell you like how many things I didn't have to tell Blair because she had been in the program. And then the day of the game, I remember receiving a text from Peyton saying that, you know, her body physically was basically done, and she was going to retire in that first half of her season. And if we were still in a position where we hadn't hired our director of ops position. And so I remember it vividly because I was working out. I saw the text. I immediately got on the phone and called Leon, and between Leon and Cammie and I, it was just kind of like whatever we need to do to get Peyton on our staff. And she literally took over our team travel in the middle of a pandemic and in the season. And her first real responsibility was the Big Sky tournament, which was a whole beast in itself. And I just remember finishing that tournament, and Cammie Bechtold, my associate athletic director that oversees our program, just saying she crushed it, you know, and just, and these young ladies, they just, they take such pride in the program, but they've also lived it. They also know how I'm wired, and it's just been so fun just to see them come back and have our underclassmen, our student athletes, see them as role models.
Well, you got another one announced yesterday as Katie Bussey is going to return to the Montana State coaching sidelines, or to the sidelines, period. But this is maybe one of your best hires, and not only because of what she does on the court as a player, but the type of person she is. She's like Blair, she's like Peyton, she's like Sunny, but she's just different. And getting Katie Bussey back in Bozeman, huge get. Congratulations.
Well, thanks, Jason. There's, I think you really described her so well. I think the day Katie left to go play professionally, that was our starting point of when you're done, let's talk, because she was just a natural kid that you knew was going to be a fantastic coach down the road. And we just wanted her to play out that career professionally as long as she was able to, but we've stayed in touch this entire time. And, you know, it speaks volumes to Katie's character and her passion for the game, for the longevity she was able to compete and play at that level. I think her commitment to her fitness, her nutrition, she got certified while she was overseas with a strength and conditioning training, and was a physio over there. And then she started coaching player development at academy in addition to her playing. I'm like, it's just extremely rare to have somebody play that long. And I believe she's had 0 surgeries. And she just is, when people beat her, it's like it's the first 10 seconds. You want to have a ball in your hands, and you want to be on the court playing, because she just makes it so much fun. So excited to see her on the other side of things. I thought just the timing, we were so blessed with the timing for the transition with Jeff, our former assistant, that we were so grateful for him and his family to move here during a pandemic, which is really a tough time and challenging, but just the opportunity that he had to go back to his the state that he was from. And Katie had really, in that meantime, had reached out probably a month prior, saying that she thought she was going to be ready within the next year if we had a position available. Just sometimes the timing just has to align, and it was great for everybody on our end. And the things she brings to the table were obviously some really important priorities for us, but you know, the staff and the team, I think we're excited to get rolling. And I know Katie's got a lot of things to maneuver. She's still in the Netherlands getting back, but we're gonna get this rolling and go do this. It's gonna be a lot of excitement. As you can tell, I can't even talk about it.
Well, I emailed Sports Information Director Tom Schultz yesterday as soon as I found out, and he goes, I knew I'd be hearing from you. I called every one of Katie's games on the PA at home anyway, and when she played for you, and a great family, first of all, that she comes from Alamosa, Colorado. The Bussey family is unbelievable. But what she was able to do in her time as a Bobcat, and people forget how good she was on the court, but she was even better off the court, a scholar athlete, and just she worked herself. I mean, she's the typical Bobcat, what you think of in a student athlete.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about the standard of excellence of the court classroom in our community. And when you look at, in all three, with her, Peyton and Blair, all three have been tremendous student athletes. All three have been heavily involved, giving back to Bozeman and engaging with, the young kids that come to our game and all of our boosters and just the fans in general. And then to take that pride in building champion habits on the court, and they just kind of, each one of them has a place in the foundation of where this program has started and gone, and it is continuing to rise to. I think their experiences all speak for themselves. But Katie was such a big piece of that, especially, the early years of taking over a program. We've been through 5 coaches in 7 years. And, I had to work through some kids that had kind of the passion taken away from them for the love of the game. And Katie kind of helped bring that back. But she was also started some of that beginning piece of getting competitive with the Cat Grizz rivalry games. And then obviously Peyton and Blair took those another notch. So I've got just great experiences and thoughts in my head of game winners that they'd all been a part of. But when Peyton and Blair and Sunny, when I brought up Katie, it was just like every single one on our staff was so excited because they just know of her or know her, but from different perspectives. So I think the fun part has been with our student athletes. We had a chance to do a Zoom with Katie and, talking to my point guards, one of the comments was, it's a little intimidating, and I said, yeah. And guess what? I'm going to also throw her on defense on you as well, because she's still at elite professional level shape. And so I just love that challenge and the kids just being ready to be sponges of what she has to offer and her expertise in a lot of areas.
Well, and what's great about Katie Bussey, too, is Tricia Binford joins us, Montana State women's basketball coach, is you mentioned it, her longevity as a professional. That doesn't happen a lot. I mean, she's played, 9 years, almost 10, a whole decade, really.
Well, you look at some of the WNBA players, your Stuberts of the WNBA, and the longevity is all about how they've taken care of themselves on their own and been in charge of that regimen. And Katie has done that since she left. She was always so dedicated. With her degree was kinesiology, exercise science. So she was already starting with a passion about that component. And then our former strength coach, staying in contact with the strength and conditioning programs and how she trained herself on the court. I'm like, it's very unusual to get a kid this day and age that can walk into a gym on their own for an hour, 2 hours, and just crush out a basketball program and know what to do. Our generation now is growing up with trainers that are showing them what to do in the workout. And Katie kind of came from that small town where she did those things, and then obviously took things from our program with her. But for, like you said, 9 years of doing that, I did it for 7 years, and my body was toast at the end. She has exceeded anything I was able to do professionally just by how well she's taking care of kind of the loading that comes onto your body. And I think that's going to really serve our kids well, especially getting their attention of here's how you handle back-to-back games or on the road travel. And these are some of the things you might want to think about nutritionally, recovery. I just think somebody with that experience and that kind of respect, it's going to go a long ways. And we have some kids that on our team currently, like Darian White and some of our other younger kids that are probably, I shouldn't say probably, are going to go on and play professionally after college. And what a greater ambassador to having somebody on your staff that's right there for them. So that's always been a priority for us to have coaches that are great in player development. We always have ambitions to, number one, get your degree. Number two, play as long as you can because you can work the rest of your life. Yep. And I think kids are they're going to be glued to some of her stories as far as the things she's been able to experience and what she's been able to do. And kids are going to learn a lot.
I got to ask you this before I let you go, but Tom Schultz, the SID, shared a picture, and it's one he did from February 2nd, 2012, and I'm sure you remember this game vividly. 41 points she had against Idaho State, and still the school record. The same night, Damian Lillard put up 40, and it's the only time in Big Sky history that a man and woman each scored 40 on the same night.
Pretty incredible, and yeah, it was probably the easiest game I've ever had to coach as far as what I needed to call. It was probably two separate things. I think there was a 2-man ball screen with her, Rachel Szymanski, or get out of Katie's way and get the ball in her hands in some way. And with what we do offensively, she's going to be able to teach a lot. But sometimes coaches, our smartest tool is get the ball in people's hands and let them do what they do well. Katie's done it at an elite level for a very long time, and just really thankful to get her back to Bozeman.
You guys have become, one of the feared teams in the Big Sky over the last decade, but now the sidelines, you're scary anyway. I've always been scared of you on the sidelines. Like Rochelle Sayers at Carroll College, you guys just scare me in a good way. But now you look at your staff, and there's nobody in the Big Sky, and not many conferences and teams in a lot of conferences can say that they have the staff that you are assembling, and it's going to be awesome to watch you guys coach on the sideline now.
Well, I am a little bit biased about my staff. I've coached 3 of them on my staff, and Sonny's been doing this as well and as long as anyone. But I put the staff up there against anybody, and I think what we're really excited about is having so many former players on the sideline. Like I said, some that just know the system, know the program, know our culture, having lived it, and the ability to teach it and connect with our student athletes. I couldn't ask for anything more. So I don't know if I think of them as scary as you do, but I'm taking that with great respect there, Jason.
Oh, it's absolutely full of respect. And like I said, you and Coach Sayers have 2 of the scariest coaches in the best way possible. And I mean that in the best way possible. Hey, appreciate you joining me on a summer. I know it's always it's never a good time to talk to a coach. You guys are always busy, but I can't wait to see this staff on the sidelines. I'll probably be hitting Katie up for a workout program because there's nobody better to put one together, right?
Absolutely. And when she gets here, roll it into town, we'll get her on the radio with you as well.
Oh, she'll definitely be on. Coach, I appreciate your time. Good luck with camps and the kids this summer.
I appreciate it. You too. Enjoy your fam, Jason. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. That is Coach Tricia Binford joining us from Montana State, head women's basketball coach. She is awesome, obviously, and that's a great staff. Sonny Smallwood, who's done it for years in the best way. Blair Braxton, and then Peyton Ferris, and now Katie Bussey coming in. Are you kidding me? And Katie Bussey, she wore the best number 10, but the best pure shooter that I've ever seen. Like the stroke, the everything. And then her defense, her ball hand, and then she played 9 years in the pros overseas. That just doesn't happen. So it's so awesome. Super proud of that hire. And this is like you watch these kids grow up. I was her PA guy. I did the PA announcing at MSU, and so you watch them grow up their freshman year when they get on campus, and then it's just great. And the families, and I've talked about this before in my job. The meeting the families and getting to know the families is the best part of it, really. And the Bussey family is unbelievable. So we'll get Katie on when she gets back into the States. And then she's got to quarantine for like 2 weeks coming from the Netherlands. But appreciate Tricia Ben for joining us. All right, take a quick break. We'll come back. We're going to talk football next. Yeah, it's football season too. Basketball and football never end, right? Which is good. And we'll talk to Wes Ross next. He's the head football coach at Great Falls Central Catholic. He's got a football camp coming up. Also, Troy Strong blood drives going on this month. We'll chat about those, too. That's next. Jason Walker Show presented by Capital Collision Center.
And Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918. Or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Do you love to look at photos of Montana, from animals to landscapes and more? Are you looking for a place to get your senior pictures or family portraits done? Are you a business owner looking to upgrade the decor in your offices? Well, look no further than Mark LaRoe Photography. Mark has been shooting beautiful photos all across the Treasure State, from rodeos to portraits, and would love to work with you. Visit marklaroephotography.com to see many masterpieces of his work, then give him a call to schedule your own photo shoot. Or to purchase one of his fantastic pieces, stop by Spirit of the Big Sky Gallery on Custer in Helena. marklaroephotography.com.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. You're inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, hanging out on a beautiful Wednesday. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll talk with Fallon Frigi of MSU, former player for Tricia Binford. She'll be heading back overseas. Wes Keller is going to join us tomorrow. We'll talk some Montana-Wyoming All-Star Basketball series coming up this weekend, and a whole lot more. So looking forward to another great show tomorrow. You can watch live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You can always listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com, and go to JasonWalkerShow.com for any other things that you may have missed. Also, a quick reminder that this segment is brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Let's see. Who will not be here Friday? We have the state match play that I'll be golfing in, at least for one round. On Monday, then, no show either. I'll be up at down at Old Works for a Pro-Am, playing in that. So lots of golf. But it's fun, right? Remember yesterday I talked a little bit about Maya Hansen decommitting from the Lady Grizz, and my guess is Pac-12. I'm guessing Washington, Oregon, or Oregon State. Those are my three schools that I believe have the best chance for Maya Hansen to end up at. Had a great conversation with her family last night. They appreciated the show yesterday. So, and again, it goes back to meeting families, love families. So there you go. Wes Ross going to join us in a couple of moments. Don't forget, Trisha Binford joined us thanks to That's What She Said, Dinner's Done Right. And Dinner's Done Right, summer grilling season is here. Weekenders package, just $90. Ready for this? 3 family-sized meals. It serves 4 to 6 people. You get the cow beef flank steak. You get grilled Asian chicken, Fiesta burgers, 6 burgers with buns. You also get a free pot of s'mores. Dinner's Done Right. Check them out, dinnersdoneright.com, 1212 Cedar Street in Helena. Summer grilling package at Dinner's Done Right. They also have individual microwavable dinners that you can just swing by and pick up if you just by yourself tonight. So think about that. An edible cookie dough? Serious. Good stuff. Let's see here. Art, I'm good for tomorrow. Or I'm good for the carts on Friday and next week. So still got to get you get Art. You got to figure out if you're going to buy my golf clubs. All right. Our next guest joins us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. He's entering second season as coach of the Great Falls Central Mustangs, and they've got a camp coming up this Saturday, and it sounds a lot of fun. And to join us to talk about it is the head coach of the Mustangs of Great Falls Central. It is Wes Ross, and he joins us now here on the Jason Walker Show. Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. Well, first off, Coach, how'd you make it through the school year? All right.
We made it through. It was definitely a whole different year, that's for sure. Nothing I've ever experienced or anyone has, but we made it.
You definitely did, and you get to cap that off really with a very fun Saturday afternoon. Take me through this. What's coming up this weekend?
We're going to host the Great Falls Central Catholic Mustangs Youth Fundamental Football Camp Saturday here at Great Falls Central. Registration and sign-in will start at 8:30 and get going at 9. But we brought in some big-name guest coaches and speakers to help the youth of Montana aged kindergarten through 8th grade on Saturday, June 12th.
And I know you and I have talked about this, but you've got to come up with a different name. Well, actually, you and I haven't. I just told you this so for the first time, but you got to come. That's a mouthful, man. Great Falls Central Catholic Mustang Youth Development Football Camp. Is that what?
Youth Fundamental Camp.
Yeah, something different.
It's
How about Mustang Football Camp? How's that?
Yeah, that's true. But we wanted to emphasize fundamentals and fun being the key word because so many of these young players, boys, girls, just don't have the fundamentals and they just never stick with sports. And we're trying to give them the fundamentals that they need right out of the gate so they can realize how much fun this can be and they'll stick with it for years to come. And many of these guys have really cool stories, and I think that a lot of the youth of Montana will relate well to this group of guest coaches we have coming in.
You do have some great big names. You've got Mike Van Dies, 6-time national champ. You've got Casey Fitzsimmons, NFL player. You've got a lot. Tell me who some of these other big name coaches and players are that are coming in to help out.
We actually just brought in Torgerson's Kicking and Punting. They're a company that specializes in punting, long snapping, and kicker development.
Mm-hmm.
I was very happy to have Dylan and his partner join us. They stepped up and said, you know what, for the youth of Montana, we're going to volunteer and give back. I think they normally charge over $100 an hour to work with them, so we're really blessed to have them come in. We also have Trey Mounts. He's an all-conference wide receiver from the University of Montana Western. I've got my coaching staff, myself. I don't know if I'm anybody yet, but, we've got that, and we've got some former Mustang legends. One of them's playing for the University of Montana. We're not allowed to address names publicly, but he will be here. So if you're a pretty wild guesser, you might figure out who's playing for University of Montana from Great Falls Central.
I wonder who that could be.
We've got a young man who played for the University of Mary. He came out of Central. He's going to be here. And, just a lot of great guys that really are passionate about giving back to the youth of Montana.
And you had to expand this a little bit because of the excitement level, right?
It's pretty crazy. I kind of was just thinking, we weren't sure what COVID was going to do, if that was done, what the weather was going to do. And so I kind of talked about just doing sign up of the day or day of sign up registration. Well, we've already exceeded 50 registrations signed and returned prior to the camp on Saturday. So we're expecting close to 100, 150 youth to be here. And so they've been coming in from all over. I've got Eastern Montana, Oklahoma, Western Montana, North Central Montana. We've got registrations and kids coming from all over, all sorts of schools. So we're pretty excited.
Wes Ross, our guest here, Great Falls Central football coach, and putting on a great camp this weekend. So tell me where and again where kids or when kids need to be there with their folks.
We'd like to have you here around 8:30 Saturday, June 12th at Great Falls Central High School. We're located at 2800 18th Avenue South. And we're going to get the festivities going around 9 and hope to be out of here by 1:30, 2 o'clock. But we're going to feed all the campers. We've got music, live music coming. Just a lot of fun stuff. We've got an official camp sponsor about all the kids' shirts. A lot of volunteers. It's going to be a big turnout, so we're pretty excited and can't wait to see everybody.
What do they need to bring?
It is a non-contact, non-padded camp. So, like I put out on the Central website, greatfallscentral.org, dress appropriately for Montana. You never know. Yesterday it was warm and it looked like it was going to hail and rain, but Saturday's supposed to be beautiful. So t-shirt, shorts. They can bring cleats if they want. They don't need them. Tennis shoes are fine. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have a sweatshirt, but they're going to leave here with some new swag as well. So.
Yep. So that'll be a lot of fun. That's coming up Saturday. And one other thing that I wanted to chat with you about is Wes Ross joining us here. Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline, is the fact that it is June and it is now time for our Troy Strong blood drives. And, of course, the Red Cross, the state of Montana, always needing blood and the such. But we know the story. In fact, I've got my hashtag Troy Strong shirt on. Thanks, by the way.
Awesome.
Yeah, yep, there you go, my blue and gold. But this, I know MSU Northern and Coach Andrew Rowland just did theirs last week up at Havre, but there's some others going on around the state.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. We had Coach Rowland step up a couple years ago, wanted to get involved, and can't say enough good things about him. So I wanted to say a special shout out to the MSU Northern football program, their supporters, their staff, players. It's been phenomenal to have their support up there in Havre. But we've got a busy schedule coming up here at the end of June, and I don't know if I have these in order, but I'm going to try to read these off. June 24th here in Great Falls, we're going to host the Troy Strong Blood Drive Great Falls edition. That's Thursday, June 24th at 12 to 6 here at the Great Falls Blood Donation Center. Wednesday, June 23rd. No, these are not in order. Wednesday, June 23rd. Kalispell's going to jump up, and big shout-out to Alex Cummings up there who's going to be helping us and get some folks up there. Grady Bennett really did a great job sharing that for us, so we're hoping for a great turnout in Kalispell as well on Wednesday, June 23rd. Thursday, June 24th, Missoula's up. They're 12 to 6:30 at the Missoula Blood Donation Center, and got a lot of good feedback and support from some folks in Missoula. Grizz Athletics has done a lot of support and promotion for us, so we're very blessed to have our Missoula friends over there. You must be up Wednesday, June 23rd, Jason, because I'm seeing the Troy Strong Helena chapters Wednesday, June 23rd.
Well, that must be it then. It's either it was either 22nd or 23rd. I'm trying to find the picture and I can't.
Well, we need to get these up. Wednesday, June 23rd, 12 to 6 p.m. Helena Blood Donation Center, 3150 North Montana Suite B.
Okay.
Bozeman, you're up Tuesday, June 29th, 1 to 6 p.m. at your Blood Donation Center there at 300 North Wilson Avenue. And Billings, I'm all out of whack here. So Wednesday, June 23rd, Billings is up.
So Wednesday, Thursday, basically the 23rd and the 24th are when we're doing these.
Yeah, and so what we do is we do these right around Troy's birthday. Blood donations are typically lowest in the summer, but typically the need is the highest. And when American Red Cross asked us to partner with them and, capitalize and get some momentum going for blood donations after they saved our son's life. We just couldn't say no, and it's just our way of giving back. And we're so blessed to be able to have so many supporters who step up, and 7, 8, 9 different cities across the state maxing these drives out every June. So we're pretty blessed.
Before I ask you a specific question, okay, so I found them all because your wife has a very good Facebook page, and she's the one that keeps everything going. She's the smart one in the family. I mean, let's not forget that. Okay, so you've got Billings Wednesday, June 23rd. Okay, and then we already did Havre. Oh, I'm going backwards now. See, now I'm being you. So Billings on the 23rd. You've got Bozeman is June 29th, Helena June 23rd, Kalispell June 23rd, Missoula the 24th, Great Falls the 24th, and Havre's already done it. So there you go. 23rd, 24th, and then Bozeman on the 29th. Wes Ross, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. You guys, there's some. I have to end this now because there's people that are upsetting me with the way that they talk about this and hashtag Troy Strong. They think you guys make money on this, and that has nothing to do with it.
No, I think some people think that, maybe there's some kickback or something we get. Honestly, Jason, it costs us money to host these through promotion and printing and the shirts and things like that. The whole thing is, when we got years ago when Troy was in Seattle Children's Hospital fighting for his life. Sorry, every time I think about it, I get choked up. But, I was sitting there just a naive father, not really understanding what was going on with our son and why they were intubating and sedating and coding him and the things he was going through. And then when I heard that he needed blood stat, I was so naive that I told him, hook up to me and pump it out of me if he needs it. And in a crisis, thinking about that just brings back some horrible flashbacks. But to watch those nurses and doctors realize that that's not how this works. You have to have blood donated. It opened my eyes immediately. It's not like draining gas out of one can into another or anything like that. They do a really good job of having that blood available. And I've said this a million times. If I didn't have blood donors, Troy would have died in that intensive care unit. And so for a 3-year-old boy of mine to need 9 units of blood, he was losing blood faster than he could retain it, that I wouldn't have a son and there wouldn't even be a Troy Strong in 4 years later if we weren't doing this if somebody hadn't donated those units of blood, Troy wouldn't be here and none of this would even matter. So we made a promise to ourselves that we would pay back those 9 donors some way, somehow. And so we don't get a dime for it. It costs us money, time, and effort. But we feel it's our duty to give back and help the next person in need, because they may not have gotten the publicity or the coverage that Troy received, but they're just as important. And somebody loves that person, whether it be a boating accident, a car accident, something horrible. When you need it and it's not available, they're in a darker moment in the world. So we're happy to give back, and through our connections in the coaching and sports world and just fantastic people like yourself, Jason, we wanted to make sure that there was never a shortage for a loved one, and we never needed any attention other than people understand what Troy Strong means, and that's giving back and that's helping other people in need. And in our darkest hour we were supported. So we want to try to repay that in some small way.
And that's, I mean, it's a wonderful story. The friendships that have developed, just my family with your family, and he's an amazing little boy. You've got, Kennedy, who's an amazing little girl, and it's just a hashtag Troy Strong, man. I'm behind it 100%. You know that, and love your family. He is a celebrity in more than one way. I'm showing a picture right now. Is this in Missoula, the billboard, the Angel Flight?
Yeah, that's a really cool connection that we've been unfortunately blessed with, but luckily blessed with. I really want to give a huge shout out to the Jade and Fred Foundation. They reached out to us right away when we were in Seattle in 2017, and I didn't know what to expect. Why is somebody reaching out to us about our son? But what I found out is they give so much. They're a children's foundation that raises money for people in medical crisis. When you get blindsided by something like this, you can't budget for it. You don't know how long you're going to be living in an intensive care unit room. You don't know how many meals you're going to have to eat out. You don't know how many trips you're going to have to take to Seattle Children's or wherever. And when we found out that Troy was one of 8 people in the entire country with his diagnosis, it was really nice to have a comforting support system. It wasn't big money, but it was something, and they have really just bent over backwards for children of Montana in medical crisis. And I don't want to speak wrong, misquote them, but I think they've raised over $1 million per year for the children in Montana that are going through different stages. So if you get a chance, look at their website, jadeandfredfoundation.org, I believe it is. And I actually spoke at one of their fundraisers 2 summers ago about Troy and about all the good we're trying to do in the world that's trying to tear itself apart. And I was able to meet Michael Burks. Michael is a business owner out of Missoula, wonderful man, but he has a plane, and he overheard our story of having to travel to Seattle and Missoula every 2 weeks at the time to care for our son and the needs that he was going through, and he offered to fly Troy to his appointments so we didn't have 3, 4, 5-hour blizzard road trips in the middle of the winter to get him to the care that he deserves and desperately needs. So just a huge, huge thank you to Angel Flight West, pilot Michael Burks, Jade and Fred Foundation, and Lynn Fred, their executive director. So blessed to have their support, and we're just trying to grow as many things of good in this world as we possibly can.
Well, you've got 4 in your household right there. You, your wife, who's a fantastic teacher, Kennedy, and like I said, Troy as well. So we owe you everything. We owe your family a ton. I can't even put into words what I'm trying to express. But we love the family. We love you guys.
Well, thank you.
All right. Troy Strong, blood drives coming up the 23rd, the 24th, and then Bozeman on the 29th. So check Facebook. We'll have posters put up as well throughout the course of the next couple of weeks. Get appointments, because these things fill up. So you need to make your appointments. But you know what? They'll take you no matter what, right?
Absolutely. We always, they've expanded all the drives because they just max out and they get so full that don't walk away. Get an appointment. Things come up. People have last second cancellations, and I just tell people all the time, don't have to be scared of it. And if they can't take your blood or you're not eligible, just the fact that you cared and tried is awesome. I'll end the show with one cool thing. We had a gal who I went to high school with her daughter, and she hadn't donated blood, and she said 25 years, because she was turned away a long time ago for some various reason. And she decided just to try again, and she has not missed a donation in almost 4 years now because of Troy. So it's never too late to try, and it's just really cool to see all the updates and feedback of where your blood goes and how you're saving lives and helping people in need. Because it's not just the blood. A lot of medications, a lot of things are derived from it. So you're doing so much good, and you just don't realize it yet.
Well, my wife last year did donated blood for the first time last June, and since then has donated blood again, and she will again this June. But she's also, because of the COVID deal, they needed, was it the plasma or platelets? And
yeah, it's really cool what all this can do. There's so much good that comes from a 15, 20-minute appointment.
Yeah, so she did that a couple of times. She drove up to Great Falls twice to donate the platelets or whatever that they needed, and antibodies. It was amazing, and she's on board, and so there you go. So you turned another one in my wife.
That's great. Well, we're so grateful for people, and someday when the next person needs it, they're going to be grateful that they did it as well. So we're just hoping to make some good in this world.
Well, good luck with the camp this week, Coach, coming up on the 12th, and looking forward to that at Great Falls Central High School in Great Falls. And for more information, they can get a hold of you through the website. It was at greatfallscentral.org. But, man, good luck with that. Say hi to Casey and Coach Van Diest and all the others you got coming that I know, but it's going to be a fun weekend, and then say hi to the family, will you?
I sure will. I appreciate everything you do. Thank you for the invite to your show, and go Mustangs, and let's fill those drives this summer. Thank you, everyone.
As is Wes Ross, the head coach at Great Falls Central. You've got his camp coming up this weekend, and then the blood drives the 23rd and 24th across the state of Montana in Helena, Missoula, Great Falls, Kalispell, Billings, and then Bozeman on the 29th. So there you go. For more information, go to greatfallscentral.org. You can also check out Facebook and much, much more. All right, quick break. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Coming right back on this day in history. Some news out of the Big Sky Conference, and coming right back. So hang on.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Well, I have no idea what I'm doing. Welcome back. We're going to have some music playing. Pretend there's music in your head, whatever. Jason Walker Show. We are back. Presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it is your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. I don't know what I was doing. It's just, I seriously need somebody in here to do lights and run the board, because apparently I can't after all the years working in this business. And I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. All right. Anyway, let's see here. I was looking for, here it is. I'm going to share on our Facebook page and also my page all the Troy Strong blood drives. So you can figure it out where your city is and get booked. Okay. So news out of the Big Sky Conference today. And that is that instead of free streaming on Pluto TV, they're going to make you pay to watch ESPN Plus and the ESPN app to watch Big Sky sporting events. More than 600 Big Sky events for both men's and women's sports will stream on the Plus and the app. ESPNU will also televise 2 football games each year, in addition to one regular season men's basketball game and the championship games for the Big Sky men and women basketball tournaments. I mean, it's a good deal. You're with ESPN. That's cool. Hashtag experience elevated. That's what they're calling it. So whether with ESPN Plus and the ESPN family of networks, so 2 football games on ESPNU, 1 men's basketball game in the regular season on ESPNU. No women's sports, just 2 football games and 1 men's regular season basketball game. Now, the women's basketball championship will be on somewhere on the ESPN family of networks. But let's see, the football kickoff coming up on Monday, July 26th from Spokane. I actually will be out there. Maybe you'll see me, but that'll be on streaming live on ESPN Plus, all the coaches and players interviews. So that'll be fun. So there you go. I wonder what happens with Root Sports Saturday games for football. To dig into that. So there you go, Big Sky. Some news there. What else did I see that we were gonna chat about real quick? I think that was it. I think it was pretty much that. Oh no, this too. This goes to what I was just talking about. The NCAA says they will quote unquote consider, using the fingers, air hashtags or air quotes. The NCAA will consider using March Madness branding for the women's tournament as well as the men. Because March Madness Twitter feed is straight up for the dude tournament. But they're going to just consider it. Consider. Do better, NCAA. Mark Emmert, come on. I mean, the NCAA is a joke right now. Just an absolute joke. All right. Let's do On This Day in History. It's brought to you by Big Sky Printwear. We print what you wear. Over 35 years experience. In the corner of Henderson and Euclid and Helena. You want 1 shirt printed? Done. You want 1,000? Done. Go see Big Sky Printwear. Go see Sheila and the girls. They'll take care of you. Today is June the 9th. It is National Donald Duck Day. On this date in 1934, the first appearance of Donald Duck in a cartoon. It was called The Little Wise Hen. It is Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day. It is also National Earl Day. On this date, 1905, British Open, St. Andrews. James Braid wins his second Open title. 1914, Pittsburgh Pirate baseball shortstop Honus Wagner becomes the second player to get 3,000 hits. On this day, 1930, Paavo Nurmi, the Flying Finn, runs a world record 6 miles, 29 minutes and 36 seconds. 1934 on this date, the U.S. Open men's golf. Olin Dutra overcomes an 8-stroke deficit after 36 holes to win his second major. Wins by a stroke over Gene Sarazen. In 1940 at the U.S. Open, Lawson Little defeats Gene Sarazen by 3 in an 18-hole playoff, his only major title. This date, 1945, Eddie Acaro aboard Hoop Jr. got the third of his record 5 Kentucky Derby wins. 1946, Joe Louis knocks out Billy Conn in 8 for the heavyweight boxing title. In 1973, on this date, June 9th, 1973, the 105th running of the Belmont, Ron Turcotte aboard Secretariat goes 224, the first Triple Crown winner in 25 years. And the great, man, what a race. You heard Barry Abrams and I talking about it last week here on the show, but man, that race, Secretariat, unbelievable in the Belmont. 1978, Larry Holmes beat Ken Norton in 15 for the heavyweight boxing title. Let's see, in 1984, French Open, Martina Navratilova beats Chris Everett and becomes the second woman in the Open era to hold all 4 Grand Slam titles at once. 1993, Stanley Cup, Montreal Canadiens win the 24th championship in their history. 2001, Denver Colorado Avalanche beat the defending champ Devils of New Jersey for a win in 7. It was the second title for the Avs. 2003, New Jersey Devils beat the Mighty Ducks. 2007, French Open, Justine Henin, her third consecutive French crown, beats Anna Ivanovic. I always loved watching Anna Ivanovic, even Justin Henin. 2010, Chicago Blackhawks get past Philly for the first championship for the Blackhawks since 1961. 2018, the 150th Belmont Justify with Mike Smith aboard becomes the 13th Triple Crown winner. So what was that, exactly 45 years after Secretariat? Is that right? Is my math correct? I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Happy birthday, Dick Vitale, the broadcaster, born on this date in 1939. 2000 on this date. She's turning 21 today. Lori Hernandez, the Olympic team gold, individual silver in 2016, was born in New Jersey. Her and Dick Vitale both born in New Jersey. Les Paul passed away on this date in 1915. The guitarist, songwriter, inventor, of course, the famed Les Paul guitars. So, cool stuff there. Lori Hernandez is 21. And I think she withdrew from a chance to go to the Olympics again. So there's that.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
Just a reminder that tomorrow we'll talk to Fallon Frigge and Wes Keller. We'll talk basketball. And man, what a great time it was talking with Coach Tricia Binford today about Katie Bussey's return to Bozeman, one of the all-time Bobcat greats, and can't wait to see her on the sidelines alongside Peyton Ferris and Blair Braxton along with Sonny Smallwood. But 3 former players on the staff. Speaking of coaches, Mike Petrino's got himself a job after he was hosed over in Missoula. He is now going to be an assistant coach out at Boise State. So congratulations to Mike Petrino. And yeah, man, he got screwed in Missoula. Led the team through a pandemic. Led the team after the unceremoniously firing of Shannon Schwayen. But Coach Petrino's going to do a nice job. So congratulations. And he is back coaching on the sidelines. So he will be in Boise. So congrats to Coach Petrino. Have yourself a great Wednesday. Once again, had fun chatting with Coach Binford. Wes Ross as well. Thank you for joining us. Hashtag Troy Strong. If you missed anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. We have shared on our Facebook pages the places to go for blood drives. So tomorrow we'll do it again. Fallon Frigge will join us from North Dakota. Devil's Lake. We'll talk to Wes Keller, Rocky coach, about the Montana-Wyoming basketball series coming up this week. And I got to read this tweet from Katie Garson-Forba, head coach of the Bruin girls. It is the last day of school in the Helena area. And, quote, I think it's important to thank all of the teachers, administrators, and staff who made it happen. This year was unlike any other. And I have immense gratitude and admiration for each of you. Thank you for all you do and did. I can't have said it any better. Thank you, Coach. We will see you tomorrow at 4 right here, Jason Walker Show.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.